Hello, this is Kevin from Crypto MY. In today's episode, let's talk about what happens today in crypto market. As you can see in my previous video, I have stated quite a lot about Bitcoin, Cardano, Ethereum, MATIC and Shiba yesterday in my video. So let's talk about what happens today, and we're gonna do some quick update on these few cryptocurrencies in today's episode. As you can see here, this is the trending line that I've drawn since the day it dumps all the way down here, and if I pull the line, the trending line all the way down here, you can see that it's a very straight trending line right here. So right now the candlestick had already closed above, and you can see this is a very good signal of a reversal pattern. So right now, well, what we need to take note is, if you look at the H4 chart of Bitcoin, we need to check to ensure that right now Bitcoins need to break above this 40,000 in order to make the continuous uptrend towards the 48,000 area. So right here, if you look at the Fibonacci retracement that I've drawn, you can see that the latest resistance level is around this 40,000, and the second resistance level would be around this 42,000, as I have stated in my previous video. So in order for it to reach up back to this 50,000, it must first break through this 40,000 mark, and this 40,000 mark is a kind of a crucial resistance zone, whereby if it doesn't break above, most probably it will falls back all the way down to this 36,000 or 35,000 mark, around this area. So hopefully today the Bitcoin managed to break upwards in order to secure this bullish trend, and if it does, it would be a very good to see that the Bitcoin will surge all the way up back to this 42,000 later on. So what's the good news? What happened recently is, if we look at the Elon Musk Twitter, Elon Musk has tweeted about Bitcoins. He is the one who tweets bad about Bitcoin, and today he spoke good things about Bitcoin, which is surprisingly epic. When he started to tweet about this Bitcoin, saying that spoke with the North American Bitcoin miners, they are committed to publish current and planned renewable usage, and to ask miners WW to do so, potentially promising. So as you can see, once he has tweeted these tweets on his Twitter, what happens is it rises from 36,000 all the way up to 38,000, if you're not mistaken, within an hour plus. So what he's trying to say is, since China has banned most of the illegal crypto mining industry in China, and right now Elon Musk wanted to say that his ultimate goal is bring all the miners to the American to do some mining. Means in future you will see American will hold much more miners, will have much more miners compared to China, so that China doesn't have the power or the potential to pump and dump with all this fake news and all this crazy news that happened since 10 years ago. It's a good thing actually, because we don't want the China's community to affect most of the price value of Bitcoin or the crypto space all the time during the past few years, because whenever there's bad news about China banning this and that, it will cause the market to crash and cause the market to dip further down. So this is also a strategy for China to create some panics to the market so that they can enter more at the lower price. I believe that Elon Musk is trying to fix this issue, and it's a good thing actually. If Americans have the balance between the China and the US in terms of miners, then I would say that the price value of crypto space will not get affected by only one country itself in future. So I think it's a very good step for the Elon Musk. I mean, if the US really can increase the miners' productivity in future in American. Okay, let's talk about the next pairing that I want to share is the Cardano versus US dollar. As if you look at the Cardano versus US dollar, I think Cardano is still doing very alright. As you can see here, if you look at the day one chart, it has created one of the bullish signal which is a bullish pattern, whereby I would say that usually when you see this kind of reversal pattern, you will see the market will surge back up towards the uptrend. But right now, if you can see here, yes, it's still a bearish market, because if you look at the moving average 20, it is still above the candlestick and the candlestick is still below. So right now, in order for the Cardano to go back up to the uptrend, it need to break through the $1.80, as you can see here around this area. And right now the candlestick is still around this $1.57. So this is also a very crucial point to look at, because if Cardano fails to break above this blue zone that I've stated, that I've drawn in this Fibonacci retracement, which is the 0.618 and the 0.786 line around this area, if it doesn't force inside, then most probably it will just go back down. This is a very crucial sign for Cardano that we need to take note. But as you can see in the H4, right now I think the Cardano is still doing alright. Yes, even though it haven't breaks above, I mean it touches, but it haven't. So hopefully in the evening later, the Cardano managed to break above or break inside this blue zone at least, so that it can float around this area. And then if it does break above, of course we can see a potential of huge gain all the way up to $1.90 later on. Another good news for Cardano is, if you can see the latest Cardano news, this was posted 3 days ago. Cardano is close to launch smart contract by Charles Hoskinson. Smart contracts is coming in, if I'm not mistaken, if I read his Twitter, I think it's about August. Yes. And then the testnet will be released soon, if I'm not mistaken, 1 month after, which is June or July. And once the testnet are launched, I think most of the developers will start to migrate from Ethereum blockchain all the way to Cardano blockchain. So I believe that during the testnet and during the launch of the mainnet of this smart contract, I believe that the Cardano will surge even further higher and higher up within a few months time, or maybe few weeks time. This is because there's a lot of good news coming in, and like I said, Ethereum have the one issue that until now it cannot be solved, which is the gas fees transaction issue. As you know, when you do any transfer, let's say if you want to send 1 ETH from a wallet to a wallet, and then it will cost about 200 to 300 US dollar just for the sake of transferring Ethereum from a wallet to a wallet. So the gas fees is very expensive, and you must need to pay it, because if you don't pay it, your transaction will fail. So it's a very disadvantage for Ethereum right now. But if let's say Ethereum doesn't solve this issue in this few months time or this few years time, before the Cardano official launch its smart contract, I believe that the most of the developers from Ethereum will migrate to Cardano blockchain. Why? Because Cardano blockchain transaction fees is much more cheaper, it's less congested, and the transaction is faster compared to Ethereum blockchain. So I'm very excited to see during the launch of the smart contract, and definitely you will see a very huge gain after the smart contract launch. So like I said, that's the reason, one of the reason why I always talk about Cardano update, is because of these few reasons. And if you haven't invested in Cardano, make sure to look at it, make sure to find, to research more about this Cardano, because I feel like until today, Cardano is still a very good project that you can invest. Last and not least, I will talk about the Shiba Inu. If you can see here, as I stated in my previous video, I've stated that the Shiba Inu have a very strong support level all the way down here at this area. So right now, I also stated that the nearest resistance zone that you need to break through is around this area, and right now Shiba is still struggling to break above this area, but it's alright, at least it tries. But I would say it will try another few more times, and if it does break above, then you can see a very high potential gains all the way up back to this level. This is a very huge good potential coin to invest. As you can see here, I believe that right now, most of the time, if you read the Twitter of the Shiba Inu, There's a lot of good feedbacks. There's a lot of, the community is very big, very huge. A lot of people are giving a lot of comments, a lot of good feedbacks, and you can see the latest comment is, should Shiba be listed on Robinhood apps? Okay, if Shiba really listed on Robinhood apps, then you could see a very huge gain in Shiba Inu in coming months or coming weeks. I mean, that was just a rumors. We wouldn't know. It might, but it might not. But if it does, then you could see a very huge gain. But right now, if just based on technical analysis, we need to wait for the candlestick to break above, which is if you're looking at H4, we need the candlestick to break above this 1110 or maybe above. Then you could see a very strong huge gain all the way back to this 1647. And last and not least, before I end this session today, we talk about MATIC. MATIC is still doing a very good job. As you can see here, if I stated during my previous video, when I recorded the video, I think the price was around $1.43, $1.48, same price as Cardano. And right now, the MATIC had reached $1.74 within a day, and it even touched $2. And it's crazy. If you guys haven't checked it out, the MATIC versus US dollar, which is the Polygon, I would strongly advise you to look at it. But of course, right now you need to take note that the nearest resistance level is around here. You can see there is the very huge resistance level here and the huge resistance level here, and the MATIC is struggling to break above this level. So if it does, and then you can see a very huge gain all the way up to maybe this $2.20. Or maybe higher in futures. Okay, so I think that's all for today's episode. If you like my episode today, remember to click like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys soon, and bye bye.